What's up, y'all? Sion here again today with another video. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Y'all, I had a subscriber reach out to me. They asked me a question about a motorcycle. They asked me this. They said, Sion, I'm interested in buying a motorcycle and I don't know if I should finance it or pay cash for it. Please help. Okay, y'all, here's my answer. Let's get into it. Okay, the subscriber asked me a great question. Which method should I go? Paying cash or finance? All right, y'all. The subscriber asked a great question. My answer to them is this. But before we get into it, I want to go over a few things. Check this out. I've noticed it's getting hot, or at least this time of year while I'm doing this video, it's getting hot, a little warmer in the year, and a lot of people are wanting motorcycles. And one of the things for a lot of people, they're wanting motorcycles. A lot of it is because they just look cool. So before you even get a motorcycle, I would consider you to take the rider's course. Take a rider's course if you've never ridden. I just want to throw that out there because I'm not sure, subscriber, if you're new to riding motorcycles, but I do want you to be safe because one of the things about summertime, there's a lot of people on the road, there are people traveling, and worst case scenario is you get this bike, you don't know how to ride it, and then you get hurt or killed. So I did want to suggest that first. But what you should do is weigh your options. You want to consider both. And let's talk about it right quick. While considering both, let's go with financing. If you finance a motorcycle, a lot of the times you'll get it from a dealership. That's majority of the time because a lot of people feel that if they get a motorcycle from a dealership, they can get a brand new bike, or they can find more, or they have a better variety of the motorcycles they're interested in, color, size, whatever. Okay, but for a lot of people, they get caught up when they go to the dealership. Why? Because they don't really have a plan on what they want to buy, and they get talked into something that they weren't going to get, and it could be a little bit more than they were willing to bargain for. A lot of those salesmen they're just there to, for one, sell you the bike, but for two, they there to make money. So they'll try to put you on something ASAP. So you just got to go in there being firm and knowing what you want. But another thing is, too, you do want to be mindful of the bank you use if you're going to finance this motorcycle. If you go through a bank that they take you through, you could possibly pay them way more for the bike or have a higher interest rate. And the thing about it, too, is, and you really want to avoid that. So the way you avoid that, if you are going to finance the bike, consider using your own bank if the rates are lower. Another thing about financing a bike is this: your insurance is going to be a little higher. Honestly, for one, because of the asset the bank is giving you, what's going to happen is they're going to say, hey, this person doesn't know how to ride a bike, or this bike, just for them being on this motorcycle, is more of a liability than it is for a car. And for two, it's not paid off because you're borrowing the money from the bank. So your insurance is going to be a little higher, but motorcycle insurance, at least where I live, it's not really bad. But depending on where you are, that's going to play a role. So you just want to take those factors in consideration before purchasing a motorcycle, because yes, you're going to have the bike. That's cool. That's one thing. But insurance is another, and also maintenance. Motorcycles aren't like cars, but they do have similar features. But a lot of the times, but the thing about a motorcycle, it's a luxury. So you don't have to have it, but having it is cool. So you want to consider that you have enough money to take care of the basic necessities of a motorcycle. Here's another one I want to tell you. When financing a motorcycle, you got to be careful of trading. A lot of people get caught up in trading bikes just the same way people get caught up in trading cars. A lot of that can turn into negative equity real fast, depending on the type of motorcycle you get. If you go with a Japanese bike, the value of those bikes go down really fast. That's your Suzuki's, your Kawasaki's, your Yamahas, all those, the value will go down really fast versus a Harley Davidson. Harley Davidsons tend to hold their value because of the name brand and what it is. So you want to be cautious of trades. And so the best way you want to do that, or the best way you can do that, is finding out the bike that fits you the best. Because usually what'll happen is if you get a bike that's too small, you'll be going back to the dealership to trade another one and another one. And after a while, the negative equity is going to be rolling over, and you're going to have a bike and this payment that's not going to match, but you're going to still owe this money because you're going to be owing more on a motorcycle because of all the other bikes that you had rolling in to this one payment. So be mindful of that. Take that in consideration. And now let's talk about paying cash for the bike. If you're going to pay cash for the bike, that's cool. You can go Craigslist. You can check Let Go. You can even go to certain dealerships and you can purchase a bike with those methods because, for one, you can negotiate price. With financing, you can if you're going to get the money from a bank, but if you got cash money in your hand and you can come up, then you can go to a dealer or a person who's selling the motorcycle. You can kind of haggle yourself into getting a price that you're willing to pay for. For instance, when I bought my motorcycle, I brought cash, and when I brought the cash there, I was able to make a better negotiation, save me a few grand. But I would throw that out there, and that's for the people that's paying cash for the motorcycle. Another thing about paying cash for the motorcycle, your insurance is going to be lower, mainly because your bike is paid for. So since your motorcycle is paid for, your insurance is lower. And another one too is if you go ahead and pay cash for the motorcycle, let's say if you do get a motorcycle you don't like, you can sell it or you can trade it, and without having to worry about negative equity, like owing somebody and paying on it. The bike's already paid for. If you want to trade up and bike, go ahead. That's pretty fine and dandy. So subscriber, just to keep a long story short, I would pay cash for the bike if I can. But if you cannot, finance the bike through your bank so you can get the best rates for the motorcycle. Another tip is this too. This will save you some more money. If you take the rider's course, you'll save money on your insurance also. They have some type of incentive where it will help you save money because you took the rider's course and they deem you a safe motorcycle rider. Well, subscriber, thank you for the question. I hope everything works out for you, and I hope you're able to get the motorcycle of your dreams. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. And I'm going to talk to y'all later. Hold it down. Peace.